In area news impacting us this Thursday morning, January 12, 2017. A park in Fort Kent has received a new name. The Fort Kent Town Councilors voted unanimously on Monday to approve the Lions Club of Fort Kent's request to rename Riverside Park. Lions Club of Fort Kent Representative Lloyd Soucy spoke to councilors on behalf of the nonprofit charitable group. Soucy requested that Riverside Park be renamed Lions Centennial Riverside Park on behalf of the community services the Lions members provide to the town. Several councilors expressed concern about the length of the name. The councilors voted unanimously to approve a name change reflecting the Lions' efforts on behalf of the community. However, they will vote again at a later date on a new name which Lions Club members will recommend. The organization also agreed to sponsor signage reflecting a new name once it is accepted. Netflix customers in the county need to be wary of a possible scam. The Aroostook County Sheriff's Office posted a warning on their Facebook page stating if you are a Netflix customer and you receive an email to update your information, do not respond. The phony email will claim that the Netflix customer will need to update their login information. After that, it will ask for your credit card information and social security number. After the customer has provided the information on the fraudulent website, they are redirected to the actual Netflix homepage. The phishing email looks surprisingly realistic and uses legitimate servers that were compromised, so security software may not recognize the email as a phishing attempt. Devin Morningstar was sentenced yesterday to life in prison for the first-degree murder of Moncton teen Bailey Wiley. 19-year-old Morningstar, who will have no chance for parole for at least 25 years, showed no reaction after being sentenced in Moncton's Court of Queen's bench yesterday morning. Justice John Walsh said to Morningstar, I've taken note of your age and that you help police. I agree you are no monster, but you will be held accountable for your actions. Firefighters found the body of 18-year-old Bailey Wiley in a residence in Moncton in December of 2015 after they extinguished an early morning fire there. Wiley had been stabbed multiple times before the fire was set. The sentence comes with a judicial review after 15 years, a mandatory DNA databank registry, and a weapons prohibition. Morningstar's mother said her son plans to appeal the sentence. In other news, state police won't reopen an investigation into the 1993 death of the wife of a former minister who authorities said killed his daughter in a murder-suicide in Maine last month. Investigators say Daniel Randall on December 8th drove to his estranged family's home in Hebron and killed his daughter, 27-year-old Claire Randall, before turning the gun on himself. State public safety officials said last night they reviewed investigative records and concluded Greta Randall, Daniel's first wife, died accidentally when she fell off a cliff at Two Light State Park in Cape Elizabeth. The 32-year-old woman was 6 months pregnant. She visited the park with her husband and 2 young daughters. Police said the rocks were slippery and wet. There were no witnesses. A state report says there is no reason to pursue animal cruelty charges stemming from an investigation of the largest egg-producing farm in New England. The Humane Society of the United States in June released undercover video of alleged cruelty at Hillendale Farms in Turner, Maine. The footage showed hens sharing cages with dead birds, mouse problems, and piles of manure. The animal welfare group also formally complained to the Maine Department of Agriculture, Conservation, and Forestry before releasing the footage. The report states that investigators did not find proof that best management practices were violated. A spokeswoman for Pennsylvania-based Hillendale says the report doesn't substantiate animal activists' claims of poor standards. Federal court officials say a former Maine police officer will spend a year and a day in prison on charge of sending obscene material to a teenage girl. 25-year-old Garrett Brosnan pleaded guilty in September. He is a former police officer in Brunswick, Maine. Brosnan was arrested in June after parents of a 13-year-old Arizona girl complained that someone had engaged the girl in sexual conversations online. An investigator posed as a 14-year-old girl online and began having conversations with Brosnan, who prosecutors say then sent pictures of his genitals. Judge John Levy said in court that Brosnan's background in law enforcement made his conduct more inexcusable. U.S. Senator Angus King will question retired General James Mattis, the president-elect's nominee for Secretary of Defense, today, beginning at 9:30 a.m. during his confirmation hearing before the Senate Armed Services Committee hearing. Senator King will also question U.S. Representative Mike Pompeo, the president-elect nominees for Director of the Central Intelligence Agency, today, beginning at 10 a.m. during his confirmation hearing before the Senate Intelligence Committee hearing. The two confirmation hearings, which will occur before different committees, will overlap. Senator King will split time between the two. Paul Sear of Presque Isle is one person who makes us look good. His photography is second to none, whether it's sunsets or wildlife, meadows or gardens. He says he doesn't make any money doing this, blaming that on his addiction to nice, expensive equipment. His studio is computerized to the hilt, but before any picture makes it to one of his large screens, it has to exist inside a camera first, captured via a special lens.
Oh yeah, I've got all from ultra wide to a lot of medium length lenses up to, I have a 500 millimeter that is my wildlife lens, or my long range moon, stuff like that.
Holding that steady has got to be real tricky.
Usually on a walking stick, a tripod, or the window ledge of my vehicle is quite high. So yeah, to hold it, you got to have some really bright light to hold something like that, which it doesn't happen that often, but once in a while I'll handhold.
Asked what kind of scene he likes to shoot most, Paul Sear is specific and pragmatic.
I enjoy the farm aerials. I grew up on a farm, and on a nice clear evening or clear, we occasionally fly early in the morning, but I enjoy seeing the patchwork from the sky, and that's my favorites. I mean, they're all my favorites if they come out well.
We will conclude our series with Presque Isle photographer Paul Sear tomorrow, and next week feature another Star City resident who makes us look good with her unique writing. I'm speaking of Glenna Johnson Smith. Finally, the Canadian dollar is trading at 76.60 cents U.S., and the U.S. dollar is trading at $1.30.53 Canadian. You've just been uploaded. This is Channel X News, where news matters more.